Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Hey, Instagram. Good morning. Yes. All right, one more time for Instagram, okay, y'all? Hold on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. We help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that lead to quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic: how feminism affects our femininity. All right. I know. Two words, they sound so similar, but they're so different. And it's not just a trend, it's a lifestyle. It's tapping into yourself. Like femininity to me is tapping into yourself. I'm gonna get to all of that, but it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight because right now our society is masculine. By the time we get to the end of this, you will know what I mean. Like, our society is masculine. We compete, we want to win, we got to get the best grades in schools, we got the best. It's always results oriented. Hey, Lalu, good morning. He said, hello, great one. Good morning. How are you? Remind me again, what country are you from? So, I'm telling you right now, if we don't make changes to what we know we have to do, then we're not going to get the exact result. It's kind of like a domino effect. One thing affect another thing, affect another thing. So I'm gonna go back to the history. He says, I'm sure. He says, I'm sure you're doing greater than yesterday, great one. Yes, I am. I'm doing better than yesterday. He said, I miss you. I miss you too. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Where are you now? Hold on, let me set up Facebook real quick. It's something I have to do while I am on live. All right, so let's get started. Facebook. If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. One of these days, I'm going to go right to the right buttons on Facebook. I mean, you cannot believe. Anybody getting tired of the like random text messages? Oh my gosh, random text messages. Hey, Will. Good morning. How are you? So, do you guys think that women these days are more masculine? Are women these days more masculine? Okay, this is the guys. The guys have always been a friend of the show. I do this to talk to the women. The guys have. He said, like. They're more masculine, right? Okay. Because I mean, I feel it. I know it because men respond to the femininity that I display. So it's kind of like, whoa, you know, like like, oh my gosh, she got a dress on. Oh my gosh, she wearing heels today. Oh my gosh, like, she's very nice. They don't expect you to be pretty and nice anymore. It's like a lie. Like they're waiting for me to be like rude, cuss them out, all that stuff. And people have told me that they'll watch my videos, and then when they buy a home for me, I'm a realtor. Come on, say your favorite realtor. When they buy a home from me, they're like, you're the same as you are on the video. They thought that they were going to have an unpleasant experience because this is the norm. You think you're this person is awesome, and then when you meet them, you're like, dang, this person is not. So disappointing. He said, I'm from West Africa, Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria. Boomers paint life. Yes. So I don't know. Is it like that in Nigeria? Do you feel like the women are getting more masculine, or just this problem doesn't exist? Because I think, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna wait for you to answer. It's not our fault. You know what I mean? We have different. Every person is different. Some people we have to relearn because we are competitive. I keep singing the song, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Right? So we think that we can do it better than you guys. Oh, if women ran the world, there would be no wars. Like, did you do studies on this before you said that? What woman you know is like, no, 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 fam, hold up. Stand behind me. I'm going to handle this right now. When it comes to a fight, when it comes to guns being pulled out, what y'all going to do when y'all don't want to do it. Y'all don't want to be in those positions. And it's okay. I don't want to. The guys that do it, they're brave soldiers. Thank you so much. The women that do it, brave soldiers. Thank you so much. But some people do it as a means to an end. They're not really trying to die for you, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna get into it. Today. So a lot of this country is built on like results and productivity, and everything has to be attached to a dollar. If you're talking to a man, pretty soon, if he knows you have a business, he want to know how many sales you got. I was watching an interview on a woman who was very feminine, and he's like, "Oh, the business is doing great. How many clients you have?" And I was like, "How many clients you have? How many homes you sold?" Like, y'all really asking people this? So my thing is, women don't focus on that. We don't care. As long as we're helping people, we don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't care. And then when we do sell a lot, then we don't want to blast it. It's the masculine side. It's society that makes you want to blast it. A lot of times as a realtor, people be like, oh, I can't believe you sold that house. Oh, you're selling a lot. I'm like, I don't post everything I do. I don't post all the sales. I don't post all of that stuff. That's not my thing. Like, it's a regular day. Going to settlement is like a regular day, like y'all clocking in. You know what I mean? So when people want you to blow it up every single time, it's just like, this is like something that's regular. Like, the painter is not going to throw a party every time he starts painting. He's done painting a house. So that's what you're like asking us to do. And so me being like, okay, this is a regular day. But some people like to brag and boast, and and that's okay. Like, that's part of business. That's the whole game, and it's okay. But to some people, it doesn't come natural to be all like out there. So that's why it's like results. Y'all just want me to post results. But what about the experience? Can we talk about how it was a great experience? Can we talk about all of these other things that matter to me versus I sold this to this house, like, I see people with their post every single time, just so this and that. No creativity in it. And they're trying to figure out why is it not working, Ruth. Oh, I'm sorry. Me creating a personal connection with my clients before they even meet me giving them free information, me allowing them to experience my voice, experience my knowledge, experience my expertise before they even meet me, so that we can have I'm focused on the experience, so we can have an amazing experience together. They know me, I know them, right? And that doesn't matter. No, it's going to matter when they're in it, when it's their house. When it's their house, they're going to care that I gave them a great experience. When it's their house, they want me to consider them. When it's their house, they want to hear from me. That it's not just the results. Like, did you get me to settlement? No. Did you call me? Did you communicate with me? Do you care about my home being sold? Did you make sure everything was going on behind the scenes? Lalu says both masculine and feminine can't be ruled out. Exactly. So we have both sides, and it's beautiful that we were able to embrace it. So I want to talk about femininity a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of a history lesson, because I wanted to refresh myself, because I remember learning about these stats. But let me go off on my little black lady tyrant for a second. I remember hearing about Elizabeth Stanton, right? And they kind of brushed over like a Harriet Tubman and all that. I'm like, why? I remember the Seneca Falls Convention, and I just get mad. I can't remember. My daughter said she went to this museum, and I was like, my first thought, I'm sorry, but when something's unfair, I'm gonna call it out. My first thought was like, wait, did they have anything about black people in this museum? Because y'all had the slaves build the museum, but we're not in it. Like, that's all. That's the first thing I was thinking. I was like, can y'all? I'm just saying, can we get even credit before you want me to pay my money to come see something that y'all? No. So anyway, that's just the way I think. And if it was you, because women's rights, women's rights, I get it. I need women's rights too. I want to vote too. I want to own property. I want to own my own business. I want to be. Can you imagine they said women can't get on the internet? Oh hell no, right? But that's those are the kind of things I think about. So in Black people terms, let me give you the black. This is how Black people see it. How they see feminism. Okay. The white woman got tired of the white man suppressing her. And then they called the Black woman had got nothing to do with this. Like, come on, come help me fight this white man. Help me fight this white man. Right? Before you was mad because the white man kept checking us out, right? During slavery times, you know what I mean? That's why a whole lot of people, that's why we all types of colors. Come on, somebody. We all types of colors in America. All types of colors. That's where y'all get light skin from. That's where y'all get all these things from. We all types of colors. So now this is our problem, and we want to Black women and everything, and it's cool. It's all right. But at the same time, the Seneca Falls Convention happened. I want to know when they emancipated the slaves. We were still slaves at this time. All right, it says interwoven like interwaves. Oh, look at you being poetic. All right, so femininity and feminism sound the same, okay? They sound the same, but they're two different meanings. So right now, feminism is like, don't talk about it. Men hate it. Like Black men hate it for sure, right? Because like, yo, what's like, why, huh? Because let me show you what it has become. It has become men and women need to be equal. And I'm about to give you this the actual research. Men and women were supposed to be equal in the beginning of this. It went from there to, oh, women are better than men. Women are better than men. And that's where we have this problem. So we got a lot of young women, young, all 18, 17, 12. They're saying this stuff. Their teachers are saying some stuff. I think one of the teachers, I gotta find out who this was. They're gonna tell my daughter, like, oh, I'm your parent now. I'm your parent now for the next school year. So we're sending our kids to the schools and they're spitting out all this stuff. I remember being in school like, y'all got it twisted. I believe in God. Don't call me no monkey. I remember that stuff. Like, I remember blocking my brain. If you don't teach your kids, then you're not going to understand. I remember blocking my brain when they wanted to say that other stuff. But I knew, because I knew better. Because I knew better. Because I was 11 years old and you know, I know God exists because my life was saved in a car accident. So they couldn't tell me about God. 11? Are you serious? I was like, I've been saved for 4 years at this point. Right? Y'all can't tell me nothing. But kids are they're taking all of these attitudes of these teachers and who's in the schools. They're not Black teachers, like all Black teachers in the school. I don't care how Black the school is, the teachers are not all Black most of the time, right? Only if you go to an ethnocentric school. And how many of those are they, right? So they're still teaching our kids what they want them to learn with botched up textbooks that they don't even want to give us real textbooks. Oh, I used to get so mad about textbooks. Don't play with me on this textbook thing. Y'all not even giving us real book. You're giving us worksheets to come home. Stop playing, right? And then y'all blotting out history. So it's a lot of craziness going on. And these are the people that are teaching our kids. So first of all, before you do anything, you have to have the knowledge in your head. If you don't know what happened, how you want to teach a kid what happened? If you don't know these people and why things came about and why things are the way they are, they want us to stop talking about what happened in the past, but the things in the past shape our mindset today. That's why we think like this. And y'all trying to fix something without finding the source of the problem. All right, see you when you get back. Right? So let's start with feminism, how it started and how it got to this. 1848, Seneca Falls Convention, right? started because when they were at this convention, the anti-slavery convention, one of them, Elizabeth Stanton. Let's just give us one name, right, Ruth? She and her, the women that were there, whatever, that they know each other, they were asked to sit separate from the men, right? Imagine you got to move. Like we're talking anti-slavery. This all our problem. We're with our supposed, let's say, put yourself in a white woman's shoes. You're with your supposed partner, right? He says educating and interesting. Thank you. This is how it started, because you got to remember, America affects the whole entire world. That's why you'll have girls. I remember the guy from Jamaica said that girls in Jamaica think like American girls. So it's going to affect everybody. So we need to know these things. So when these women were there, they were asked to move to the side. So they were like, whoa, you're my partner and I can't sit with you and we can't discuss this and we can't be part of the conversation. So it's like, you know what? This is it. 5 days later, they started the Seneca Falls Convention. Okay. 1848. The teacher talked so boring. I wish it would have been like more like have a play or something to teach us what had happened. Okay. Because y'all was boring. Hey, Jay. Right? Y'all was born back in the day. I'm sorry. So they came up with this document called the Declaration of Sentiments. Right now, it's missing. This how shady your white man is. Y'all shady. I'm mad. Like, I don't hate white people. That's the one thing you ain't gonna get from me. I don't hate them at all. But that don't mean you ain't shady, okay? Y'all did some crazy stuff back in the day to get where you are, okay? So my thing is, when when people get to where they getting by cheating, let's always have that little asterisk there, because it's cheating to have you say I'm the best country in the world, but you have 400 years of free labor, I should say, right? Free labor, and one of the most gruesome times in history. Then you a superpower, and then you don't want to give credit to the people that helped you get there, right? You killed and murdered a lot of people to get where you're at, and then you pass on the wealth to your children. Come on, somebody. And then we act like, oh, how do they all get? How's the 96% of the wealth white? Like, how do all the landowners? Why are they white? I don't know. Maybe take it back to the back in the day when they were giving away free land to everybody but black people, and they never gave black people free land. So don't say that it doesn't affect us today, because it does affect us today, because now we got to pay $220,000 on up for the same land that we should have got for free. He says, let's connect on some business. All right, hit me up in the DMs. So that is why we need to know our history, because we need to know how we got here. We can't fix something and you don't know how it's broken, right? So now, the women were mad. They came with the Declaration of Sentiments, how things get stolen, because the Declaration of Independence ain't never got stolen. So I don't know how it's missing. This document, I don't know. They need to make a movie. They need to make a National Treasure. This is why I'm mad at the women. Listen, these women. All right, I'm about to connect this. These women, they took the Declaration of Independence. This is what I remember. I was saying, like, I said, I think it was yesterday's show when we talked about episode 115. We talked about submission, and the guy saying, let's go to the left. And she's like, no, right. Because I know one little thing you don't know, and that's why I'm better and I know more than you. Even though he know most of what's going on, you know a little bit. So y'all sit here and did legal Zoom on the Declaration of Independence. I should teach a history class. I'll be great at listen. Y'all did legal Zoom. You know legal Zoom? You take the document, you change a couple words. This is what the women did. This is what the women did. This is what the women did. They took legal Zoom. Okay? Legal Zoom. There wasn't no legal Zoom back in the day. And they was like, and crossed out some things. It's like, put women in here, put women in there, change that, change that. Here's our document. Huh? That's what they did. So anyway, first wave of feminism, great. I'm okay with it. Men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. Cool. Women got to vote like 100 years later after this convention happened. It was 300 women there. And did you know, was it Frederick Douglass? He was there. So women got to vote. They got to own property. Remember, Frederick Douglass is very pivotal because he started finding ways to try to change the mindset of this, how we get our freedom, like a legal way. And you got to add this and you got to take that, because when you dealing with these people, when you're dealing with the people that have power, you have to make it beneficial. You have to make it beneficial to them, and you have to craft your argument in a way that is like, this is your benefit to why you should free the slaves. So it was very pivotal. So if he was there, and then this could have started a whole lot for us. So it's important in our history. Vote. We got to vote. We got to own property. I could not imagine if I was like, oh, ma'am, where's your husband so he can sign for this property, or we can't sell it to you. Where's your husband before you become this realtor? And before you take this exam, we need a man to sign for you. What? What y'all talking about? I can't understand it. I'm not comprehending. I don't understand. I'm still trying to understand how we had to be in separate. Like when you grow up without it, you're like, this is how it's always been. What are you talking about? This is normal. No, but people fought for it. So I appreciate it. All right. But the problem with first wave feminism is that it was only for the middle and upper class white women. They left some people out. Okay. So the second wave was the 60s to the 90s. So what had happened was the civil rights movement happened, right? Now the slaves are free. And now they're like, okay, they doing separate but equal, Jim Crow laws, all types of craziness going on, all types of lynchings going on. We got to put a stop to it. Civil rights happened. On the back of that civil rights movement, right? They start changing laws for Black people. They wanted to include the women on it. Now the women was like, all right, let's go. We gonna march and we gonna do our thing, right? So it was born out of civil rights, the civil rights movement, and they focused on sexuality and reproductive rights. In the 60s, we know the 60s like free. All we hear is love is free, and a lot of drugs and a lot of sex in the 50s, 60s, if you're being real honest, right? And women didn't like being judged for being just as sexual as men, right? But what women have to understand is, no matter what, because I remember being young and had to think for myself, like, listen, I wish, like, because I had to wrestle with this mindset of, am I going to be say, I'm going, when I get of age, then I'm going to have as much sex as I want to because I'm free to have this and that. And then I was like, but wait, if I were to get married, like, is this going to affect my chances on getting married? So I was like, this is not fair. So I chose to like, nah, I'm not gonna be sexually free and all of that. And I'm like, y'all can have that, right? Got married, shut it down, I'm good. So my faith saved me on that one. And a lot of women, they still stuck on that. I can sleep with however many men I want to. It's my body. And nobody said it's not. But you have to make sure you're gonna get a man. This was suck so bad about it, right? Because even if you say that, the man that you choose or chooses you, y'all choose each other, he might have had a lot of bodies on him too, but he still want the girl with no bodies on her or the least amount. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. So y'all gonna have to have two whole pass. You had to straighten up and say, that was me before I met the Lord. Before I met the Lord. Wait, with my Bible. Hold on. Hold on. Don't be bad. Like, God, don't be bad. I hold my Bible up. Hold on. I shouldn't do this, everybody. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Let's leave it. Okay. One thing I keep forgetting is my damn prop. Sorry. But I'm gonna come with it next time. So, see, that's why you shouldn't play. Don't play like that, bro. All right, so we did that. So the second wave, because I wasn't born to the 80s, baby. I'm an 80s baby. The second wave saw lipstick and high heels as a form of male oppression. Lipstick and high heels. Now, how's Explain to me. Explain to me how lipstick and high heels can be a form of male oppression when a lot of women they could have a room full of shoes. You like it, stop it. You like it, stop it. I like lipstick. Like what? When I learned the lipstick game, I said, baby. By the grace of God, I ain't wearing red lipstick today. Okay. Okay. That's it. Now, it's a form of male oppression. I remember something about burning bras. Why are we burning bras? So now they was walking around all burning a bra. I'm like, baby, I need these things. What y'all talking about? what, what we, huh? We can't wear bras no more. So it's like I've never felt into the what are we doing right now? No, I'm always been different. I've been set up to be different, and I am different. It is all good, but yeah. So lipstick and high heels is a form of oppression. Hey, Deontay, lipstick. We talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to post the topic. My bad. We're gonna get into it today. I'm loving this topic today. Okay. How feminism has affected your femininity. Okay, because y'all got to know why they don't like it. Um, in the 80s, so now they want to give up lipstick. They want to wear high heels. They want to wear pants and look like FBI agents when they go to work. Now, trust me. Now, if you was being an FBI agent, when I was looking at it, I was like, you mean to tell me I gotta wear this black blazer and black pants and a white collar shirt? Like I was thinking, like this is how you're going to go into the boardroom. No, when you're looking at powerful women, what do they do? When you're looking at those CEO women, what do? They're wearing dresses. They work their femininity. We're gonna get to that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Fourth wave, the third wave says they don't want to give up their femininity to be treated equally. Oh, they get smart. So now, because the whole thing was, can you have it all? Can you have it all? So you drop your lipstick and you drop your heels, you get a job, you look like an FBI agent, okay? You wear your hair to the back, you're not feminine. Then you get mad when they treat you like all the boys. Then you get mad when they like, oh, you trying to fit in so bad, like, oh no, I want to fit in. And then you're like, why y'all treating me like that? Why y'all acting like that around me? You don't like it. And you're getting passed over for the lady that come by like, hello, fellas, how you doing? And all the guys like, right? And you're like, well, what's wrong with me? I'm sorry, FBI agent. Huh? You don't got the same thing she got? You don't have the same things that she has? She's using and guess what? She's getting the guy to do the work for her, right? Not that this is all we do, right? But that girl's gonna get the guy to do the work for her. That's literally what the cheat code is. And women use it, they don't use it, whatever. That's fine. Now you like, nah, I don't need a cheat code. I'm gonna make money for myself. Don't get married. Focus on your career. Don't have kids. Now we got to invent IVF because we pushed it back. We can naturally have our kids, but we start pushing marriage all the way back. And we push marriage back for more than one reason. It wasn't because women didn't want to get married anymore. Yes, women want to have their own career and things like that, but they were trying to do all at the same time. So women have it all of that. But if you look like an FBI agent, you're not getting picked for marriage. Sorry, you're just not. I just dream of having a woman that look like an FBI agent. What man is saying that to himself? Says no man, nowhere. But anyway, so they have this fourth wave. That was the third wave of femininity. I mean, feminism. They're saying this is the third wave now saying I still want to be a woman. I still want to be treated with respect. I still want to have my kids, and I still want opportunities like women are back to women and men are equal. But now the new is men are weak and women are superior. Men are weak and women are superior. Okay. The fourth wave says Check your privilege. You can't speak for others. I kept wondering why women keep saying I can't speak for others, but I can't speak for others, but and I'm just like, I understand that, but we're talking in general. Like, why you can't just give your opinion? So it's kind of like every single time you ask a woman, sorry, but sometimes when you ask women, it's like, what is the answer to this question? It depends. It's like we are programmed to make everybody happy and piss nobody off. You know what I mean? We are programmed like that. The truth don't work like that. The truth is going to piss somebody off, and that's real. So the problem is when you think that men are weak, because this is what it's come down to, like a teasing contest, and y'all not good enough for us now because now we have the money and now we have the education and now we have all these opportunities. We're gonna be gluttonous and we like, ha, now we want y'all to dance for us. And men are like, I paid for this ring. This is my ring. I give this ring to the woman I want. You can't make me give this ring to anybody if I don't want to. So the women are like, damn it, we want to get married. We got money, we got mansions, we got Benzes, we got Beamers, we got diamonds, but we don't have our babies, and we might even have our babies, but we will still like a man. But the man is like, what happened to that? What happened to that lipstick? What happened to those heels? And now women are like, why I gotta do all that to get you? But then they be the same ones like, why are you looking at her with it? If that's what they like, then that's what they like. It's okay. You like a man. Come on, stop, y'all. Y'all better stop. Y'all like the man with the big shoulders and the big muscles and all of that, right? You don't like the short, little, skinny, tiny guy. You don't like him. That's why he's over here drinking all time. We gonna act like this is a protein drink. He's like this all day. I seen them all bulk up. When they get out of high school, it's time to bulk up. It's time to get big. Why? Because that's what women like. Through all of this, I see the effort that men put into it. Y'all gotta understand that. I had to kill. Men are trash did not come from the black women community. It came from the feminists. Men are trash. They just trying to take advantage of you. They're not good for nothing. They're weak. They're stupid. That came from that. The toxic feminism, I would say. Because the first one where you're voting and you're fighting for equal rights, that's all good. But then when you're trying to say you're better than men, that's when I was like, oh. If you think you're better than your man, you will never serve him. I'm going to say it again. If you think you're better than your man, you will never serve him. That's why when April Mason says, it's Thanksgiving, ladies, y'all better make y'all man a plate. It's irritating to me when aunties be trying to help the kids and the kids is like, auntie, oh no the F you didn't. You don't know nothing what you talking about. Just because you can get away with not serving him his plate, just because you treat your man poorly doesn't mean, because you got to remember, the studies show that when you do some things to a man that's disrespectful, and men want admiration. They want their woman to admire them. Hey Ty, they want their women to admire them. That's why they pick younger women, because they want to be admired. But if they get a girl their age or older, they'll be like, what? Applebee's. I tell guys, like, don't take girl out to Applebee's, please. What's wrong with Applebee's? It's like, they let you take them to Applebee's? Oh, okay. So they want to be admired. And if you're not, when I was growing up, it was always my dad got the plate. My dad got the big plate with the big piece of chicken with a bunch of rice on it. That was it. Go serve him his plate. That's it. It's not hard once you're growing up into it. But if you're not, there was no dad, there was no plate, like we're not eating together. It's gonna be hard for some people to catch up. but they don't even think that they should catch up. They feel like they're so far in the future, but they're single. They're by themselves. So something that you're doing every single day that you seem to be, I wake up, I'm single. I wake up, I'm single. Year after year, I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. How do you feel like you're doing something right? I'm not saying it's bad to be single, but what I'm saying is, how do you feel like you have the playbook on getting married when you're single and you don't want to learn or grow or be better? It's different to be single and still growing, single and processing your past, single and building up your future, single and planning for the future, single and getting away from those toxic habits is different. It's different. Is that you, Marquita? Hey, boo. Single and becoming a better woman. I don't care what age you're in. If you're becoming a better woman, there's a man that is checking for you. There's always going to be a man checking for you. You're going to be 77 and you over here working out, looking good, being the best version of yourself, growing your mind mentally, having a servant attitude. There's always going to be a man checking for you. So when you're saying, oh, I ain't giving that man no plate. I ain't giving my mom didn't give him no plate. My mom said, you better come hit the plates at the table and come get it. She didn't teach you right. Hey, she says. She didn't teach you right. That's just because your mom mistreated your dad or you never had that example doesn't mean y'all all did it right. They did it right. That doesn't mean that your dad was happy just because he put up with her. Who knows? Maybe she had a bigger butt than everybody else. Like, you don't know what the reason why they together. I don't know. She says, hello. Hey, Lakeisha. Right? She got a way where she walked or she got something about her. But that doesn't mean every single last thing, like, oh, that was right that my mom did, or that was right what my auntie did, or that was right what my grandma did. That's what they did. That's I'm automatically pass it on. No, evaluate where you come from. Evaluate that voice in your head that's telling you, well, you should be fearful. Don't trust anybody. Where did that come from? Who told you not to trust anybody? Oh, when they said don't trust strangers, did you know that strangers have your money? When you're looking for your money and you're trying to build your business, it's strangers that give you your money, baby. It ain't your family and friends. Because I see you on social media come talk about family and friends. They don't never help. They don't never support. They be supporting celebrities and not me. Okay, because they know too much about you. You just asked them for $15 last week, so they know too much about you. It's okay. But strangers have built my business. When I meet them and they come to the front desk, they're like, Ruth, your client is here. I'm like, this is like a reunion. Like, oh, we're like hugging each other. Like, it's our first time. It's finally, we have finally met each other. Or the times where I'm at like a baby shower or something, and I'm like, I have 3 clients here, and I don't even know who they were because we always on the phone, and I ain't really see their face that good. And I'm like, they're here. You were at the baby shower too? Oh my gosh, I was there too. That happened to me before. Out the mud taste says 100. Strangers have your money. So when they told you strangers don't trust strangers and all that, they were wrong. Yeah, when you were a kid, don't trust strangers. But when you're a grown up, you can't keep that. You gotta, it was a survival mechanism for before. So when they tell you women are trash, men are trash, whatever they told you, that rap song told you women are trash. Pump and dump. You gotta let that go when you become a man. When I was a child, I act like a child, I spoke like a child. Now that I'm a man, right? I put the childish things away. Now we were children. They taught us this to survive. So you won't be stuffed in the back of a truck. It's not going to help you connect with a stranger and build a relationship and build a family. So now you got to change your thinking and your mindset. You have to. You have to adapt and change and survive. Isn't that Darwinism that they taught us in school? That we changed ourselves, we evolved ourselves. Come on, y'all. They just did anything to tell us we ain't got no God. But we evolved ourselves, survival of the fittest. So that was needed to survive. So now, cool, we survived. Let's move on. Men are not trash. Men are not stupid. Okay, let me think. If I want, why would I want something that is trash and stupid, but I want to marry it? That's stupid. Why would you do that? Exactly. You still want them. So now you got to say, okay, that type of man is not what I want, right? He may look a certain way and drive a certain car and have certain kind of status, but that is not going to be a good husband. So I need to pick a man that's going to be a good husband. That's what you do. And then you'll see, oh no, there's good men everywhere. Let me see how this man, my thought process is, how is this man a good man? Not how is he a bad man? Because they could be either one. Jordan Peterson says there's a man and a beast in every man. There's a man that will rub your back, rub your feet, be kind to you, and then he can take those same hands in the right circumstance and kill a person with those hands. If his life depended on it, yes, he would. Women, we be like, no. Some of y'all, okay? Some of y'all be like, what? Y'all ready, right? But that does some women, it never crosses their mind that they may have to defend themselves to the utmost. But men are ready. So they all have it in them. And you would want that if you were in trouble. Can you imagine? There's a robbers coming and they got a gun and you're like, no, stay away from us. You would have man, no, get away. Don't do that. You'd be like, if you don't straighten your back up and go defend us. We need you now. Come on. Right? Mama bears step up all the time. So we need that in our men. So if he works, right? I said it before, if you think you're better than a man, then you will never serve him. But if he's working for the family, breaking his back every day, making sure he goes to work every single Monday through Friday, whatever his schedule is, he is serving the family. You are getting what you want from him, whether you have to work too or not, because who is paying that mortgage, that rent? Okay, I'm sure it's probably him, right? Unless y'all 50-50, that's another story. But it's probably him. Even though you have a job, he'll let you, like, just take care of this and take care of that. It's him. He's sacrificing for the family. That's his role. But what does he want? So you got what you want. What does he want? Oh, hold on. You got monogamy too. Because that's not really what he wanted to do, sis. I don't know what to tell you, but he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. But he'll do it for you. So now he's serving you. Monogamy and sacrifice and working every day, right? What would he like? He would like you to serve him. He would like you to be feminine. He would like for you. These are the things that they're saying they want. And we're like, nah, you can't tell me what to do. We're mixing it. We're confusing it. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a woman. Oh, now. Oh, now. So he's like, okay, I can't tell you what to do now. You go to work. You go pay these bills then, right? So he's serving you, but you got to serve him back, right? You may not believe he's serving you, but he feels like he's of service to his family every day. If something bad was to happen, or if you had a baby and the comfort, the security in having a baby. I don't know about you. If you ever had a baby and the man wasn't around, child, oh, the fear. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Don't have other kids too. Can you imagine if the man wasn't around, right? Something happened. It didn't go, and you didn't have somebody that was going to make sure y'all had a roof over your head, food on your table for those couple of months where you had to take care of that baby. Then you can realize, oh, okay, he's important. Let me be nice to him. I apologize. But they're not teaching us this. They're teaching us stand against your man. Stand against your man. This is the same man that the woman that said this is the same man. She watched him kill other people to get what he wants, right? He has suppressed her. But as what Black women have to understand that we were not ever in that same position where our man was running the household and he was this and that and the third. Like, we always still report to the white man when we go to work. We still always report. The white man still has a hand in our everyday lives. So you can't say, oh, my man is not being fair to me. So you as a woman, you have a family, you serve your children. Do you cook for them? Yes, I cook for them. Do you clean up after them? Because you know they ain't trying to clean none, right? Yes, Ruth, I clean up after them or I yell after them so they can clean their room. When you go out with your friends ask you to do something. Do you sit there and be like, girl, you can't tell me what to do? I'm not doing nothing for you. No, that's my friend. That's my friend, Ruth. But why is it so hard for us to serve our man? Respect him, clean, cook, show up for him when he wants us to show up for him. I ain't say do it every day. You have your own way, method, and how y'all work that out. But if that's what he appreciate, like he said, the guy said, it's nothing like a home cooked meal when that plate hit the table, like that sound. I was like, y'all really need, y'all have been doing a poor job of communicating how much it means to you, the things y'all want from us. Did that man have his own place? Did he clean his own place? Yes, Ruth. Okay. So why would he want to live with you and then the house not be cleaned? Why would he live with you when he cooked for himself and now y'all together? Now he has somebody to, like, what's the benefit? Like, we're making this trade-off. What's the benefit? So yeah, he looking for that. Why not? You're helping you're hoping that he comes help you with some money, and he's hoping that somebody come help him with his housework. What's wrong with that? That's called that's a transaction. That's what it is. Right? And y'all love each other, care about each other, and want to see each other win. We serve our parents, our friends, our bosses, our supervisor. But when it comes to him, I ain't doing a damn thing for him. I'm not passing him no plate. You made everybody a plate, sis. Listen, when you have a big family, ain't no everybody reach up in that pot. Are you crazy? The greedy kids, the greedy kids is gonna make sure nobody. Then you got the slow kid. Every time you call everybody, this nobody is just me. The slow kid is not going to eat if you let the greedy kid come in. The greedy kid always not. I ain't gonna call him greedy kid. But they just some kids, they don't care about nobody. They just care about what they want. Okay. And so the slow kid is not gonna get the food. So y'all over here fixing plates. Like, I know I've been doing this for so long. We don't have no leftovers in that place. Except for the baby. She don't want to eat all her food. But the big kids, I know exactly how many pieces of chicken, how much rice. The dad get this, the kids get this, the baby gets this. Okay, if you know what you're doing, and I'll be on point. My portion size be on point. Okay, and when they as they get older, the girls' plate start looking like the man's plate. So it's so funny. So we want to serve everybody else, but we have a problem serving our men because of what we were taught. Okay, because of what we were taught. And that's a problem that we have to solve. So now this is feminism. Okay, feminism had a part in this. Now let's talk femininity, right? Let's talk femininity. What the hell? All right, femininity. My journey into femininity. Okay, so let's go back in the day. Who did you have that as a feminine example when you were growing up? Who did you have? Okay, inside there's I call inside femininity, and then there's outside, like the expression of femininity. On the inside, my role model was my mom. Okay, on the inside, she was kind, she was caring, she was gentle, she talked to everybody loved her. That was their mama too. I had to share my mama. My mom was Haitian celebrity. Okay, if she wanted to put everybody in the room, she could do a whole banquet by herself. Everybody would love her. Her love was her power. Come on, somebody. Y'all don't want to be feminine. You don't want your love to be power. You don't want your love to draw in people. She could raise money, thousands of dollars, because of what was inside of her that she was willing to display. She was there for people, telling them, "Don't call your little baby a monster. No, love your kid." Y'all should have heard all the stuff that's like, my mom was mean, and but your mom was so nice to my, you know, if it wasn't for your mom, my mom would treat me like trash right now, right? Because women, I don't know, they just get mad, and they start calling their kids all types of names. Some women are like that. So we don't believe in calling our kids bad or calling our kids names and all that stuff. So she taught us well. So on the outside, but one day we pulled up on the school, and they're like, "You look just like your mom," and I'm just like, "How y'all say we look just like my mom?" But the thing about it is that on the outside, she just wear a dress to her ankles and no makeup. So the femininity was there. That's what I was like, yo, I didn't see it, but it was there. But we were not allowed to wear makeup. We were not allowed to wear what red. Anybody grew up like that? No red nail polish, no red lipstick. They said, "Can't stand me in that church." She wore red lipstick today. Like, come on, are y'all kidding me right now? Are y'all kidding? Eve was in the garden naked, but y'all worried about my red lipstick. Get a life. Are you kidding me? Y'all must not know God, right? You'll be all right, right? So they feel like you're seducing the men. I'm like, okay. I could wear a skirt all the way down to my ankles. There is going to be problems no matter what. Because I ain't make it stick out. God did. All right. Now, no jewelry, no earrings, none of that stuff. I think I got my ears pierced at like 18. I didn't wear earrings. I wasn't allowed to. So that's how I grew up. So there was not femininity around to see. Femininity in certain cultures is considered bad. It's considered like, oh, you're being sexy. Sexy is bad. Y'all know that culture. On the outside, I'm looking on TV. Where the black people at? One, I used to count the black people in the commercial. And two, where are the women? Like, what are the women looking like? So though I didn't look at Florida Evans as on Good Times as feminine, like a feminine woman and all of that. I didn't look at her like this is, but I mean, she's a mom, so that's fine. But that's not like, oh my gosh, that's my gold standard for what feminine looks like. So I was more looking at Walona, right? I was looking more at um Jack Hay, from 227, right? I was looking at but the problem with those two, they were always looking for a man. Like, how y'all so feminine? They always looking for a man. So it's like, I don't I don't get it. The wife was always looking rough, and it's just me. Okay, okay. So what are your feminine? What were the women that y'all look up to, or the guys? If y'all saw a woman, be like, yeah, that's a lady right there. Thelma, yes, Thelma. Who was feminine on TV back in the day? Who was feminine, guys? Women? Who was feminine that you could be like, yeah, that's a lady, right? Thelma from Good Times, the Young June. Um, yeah, not Harriet from y'all remember what was it? Family Matters, Harriet. Mm. But it was see, that's what I'm saying. It was always the aunt. It was always somebody else that was more that visual. Never the wife. Wheezy was not the feminine idol that I had, but and even when Gina became the wife on My Wife and Kids, she was more like the new bossy type chick. Like she wasn't like sweet and like, no. She was more so like we're equal, we're partners and this and that and the third. Like she was like that. So I was like, I have no role models. So there was a woman in my head growing up. I don't know how I got this vision, but there was a woman in my head. She got her little cute little briefcase. She's a businesswoman. Don't do that. In my head, I was like, that's you now. She's dressed up. She's going to her office. She looks extremely nice every single day. You know who the common one was? Y'all never seen Suits? Hey, Jessica. That's her right there. But the problem with Jessica, she looked very feminine. Y'all don't remember Jessica from Suits? She had the best business attire I have ever seen in my entire life. And you can go back and start a whole clothing line based on what that woman wore. She looked feminine every day. But she was the biggest ball buster in the house. I was like, wow. We running stuff, but we still got that masculine energy. But it was necessary. So I was like, that's what I was looking. I was like, I'm watching this show, Johnny, because this is history. A black woman is in charge. The most prestigious law firm in New York, and a black lady's in charge. Okay, so but at the same time, she had a lot of little crazy ways about her. So still, I was like, that's not how I would handle myself. That's not because a lot of this is on the inside. It didn't match. Like that's not how I would handle myself at all. She was still masculine on the inside. Now, when I started real estate, there was a girl. Her name was Nicole, and she was just something about her. That's when I saw it. That's when I saw the little spark. Every time, and I didn't think she was the most gorgeous woman, okay? But she was very pretty, and she had waves. She wore skirts every day. She wore her makeup. She's like, Ruth, why are you coming in here with no makeup on? Like, and all the men, when she come in the room, they just stare at her. Remember the FBI agent that was mad, FBI looking agent that was mad that when the feminine woman came in? I was like, that's the effect I want to have. So when I was talking to an agent today this morning when I was telling her, we was talking about the show, and then I was telling her how you have to have confidence. And the second I got confidence in real estate, that's when I started making money. So if you don't have confidence, you're not gonna make any money. So I remember the switch that I made. I was like, Ruth, shake it off. Stop being scared. Get it together. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna work out. You're gonna get your mind right. You're stop being scared, and you're going to dress up. Because every single time you dress up, you feel like a different person, a more powerful person. So as a woman, I realized tapping into my femininity was my power. It was my money. It was my everything. I got online. I started taking pictures. I had my little dresses on, but they unfortunately they were a little shorter than I wanted them to be. But it worked. I was like, all right, we just taking selfies. We look good every day. And I started getting stuff done. I started doing things. I started getting clients, and things started to shift for me. That is when I realized my feminine power. That is when I realized my feminine power. Here's the thing about real estate. The thing about real estate is you can slow down in the wintertime. People don't talk about that. All types of Uber drivers, all types of Postmates, all types of stuff happen in the wintertime when things slow down. So it's seasonal. So what happened was to I would go through winter, and like I would sell a house in maybe October, November, and then nothing till the new year. We gotta wait till spring hit. That's why I was like, I was like, spring is back, baby. Spring is back. My team is selling. I can see it. I got my when you come to Keller Williams, you get a passive, like this passive check. So you get paid from other people. So I was like, oh snap, here we go. And so from that time when it slows down in the summertime, I'd be working extremely hard to pay my bills. And I'd be looking like the bummy version of the FBI agent. Pants every day. It's cold outside. It's winter. It's all of this stuff. And I was depressed. I was depressed. And then, so when I go back to work, now I'm still stuck on pants with a stressy top, and that was fine. But then I started get back into it, girl. Start wearing my dresses every day. One day I was showing homes to these women, these black girls, and they were like, I stopped dressing nice the third time. The third time, they was like, oh my gosh, Ruth, what happened? What happened? Why are you not dressed up? They're like, no, you look amazing dressed up. No, you need to dress up. They want to be they want the realtors to look good, okay? But I knew in my office they was not doing that, child. They'll come in some daggone beach shorts like they live in LA. I was like, what is going on? So I started dressing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this. I'm going to stick with the femininity. So I wanted you guys to understand that if you don't embrace your femininity, if you don't embrace what makes you you, what God gave you, and highlight that, and you work, this is your paycheck, your looks, your hair, your whatever. Y'all got makeup now. You ain't got to look the way y'all just came out the womb, right? Work what you got. Why not? That's what they want. It'd be different if guys are like, I want you to make money. Then you can focus on your money. But you want a relationship, and he's saying, I really like when you look good all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. And femininity is not just looking good. I feel like women nowadays, they know how to look good. The problem is they don't act like a woman. They don't act feminine. They're still acting masculine, but looking feminine. That's why it doesn't work out with the IG model, because she's still masculine. She knew what it took to get her following up. She knew what it took to be competitive. She knew what it took to do all of that stuff, and she stays in it. And guess what? She's like, oh no, I'm the man now. She's the female player. She's not settling down. You got to have a whole lot of money to get that girl to settle down. But for average women, if they would just embrace, if you have a woman that you wanted to see this live, go ahead and send it to her. Go ahead and let her know what it is. You just have to embrace your feminine. I realized there was power. They told me in real estate, you can't do real estate because you're too nice. I had it on the inside, but when I had it on the inside and the outside, I became superwoman. I became superwoman. I'm not I'm not like the girl that's like, oh my gosh, I sold 100 homes this year. I'm just popping like that, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't. And it's like, you can blend that. You can still have some masculine energy, because we need it to be effective. I'm about to play you a video, and y'all gonna understand what I'm saying. To be effective, you're gonna have to tap into that masculine energy. You're gonna have to put things together. You're gonna have to get results. Everybody's always like, "What's the result, Ruth?" Because you don't ever sell nothing online. No, I don't. I don't. I don't sell nothing. You're either gonna trust me that I can do my job. I had a couple videos on how to sell, like what happens when you need to qualify for a home. Go find it on YouTube, right? 6 phases of buying a home is on there. I talk about all the phases of buying a home, right? I put that real estate information out there. People appreciate it. But at the end of the day, it's like I want you to know, like, and trust me. And I want the experience of it. I want to be able to help people and say, like, Ruth, like that girl right there, she done changed my life. I want when you came, like it's a lot of people that are stuck and their credit is bad and they sit on the sidelines with $20,000 in the bank for years. And I wanted to do something to help them. So boom, fix your credit, put you in the house, and whatever else we do next, we do next. But I'm your friend for life. Don't worry. Don't worry. So yesterday, this guy was like, I want you to do my business credit. I'm yours now. Like, you fix my credit. I want you to do my business credit. I was like, listen, I had to put some parameters on that. But because of the know, like, trust, and I came through on the results, he wants to use me for whatever else he can use me for. One-stop shop. And that's the experience part. That's how you handle yourself as a woman in business. It's not about touching 10,000 people a little bit, poking a little bit of them, doing nothing. Oh, I sold the lip gloss. Lip gloss is fine. I'm just saying, like I sold them some eyelash, cream or something. Okay, that's one thing. But when you're like impact experience, you better sell the hell out of that thing and put it in a nice, beautiful package. Women are about the experience. If women are going to be your client, make sure you give them an experience. And I'm able to give people an experience before they work with me because they'll tell me like, oh, I was watching your motivational videos or I was watching the relationship show and this is what I learned. And giving them that experience. So you have to figure out what you're going to do to embrace your femininity. You have to understand that it's not just getting your nails done and your feet done. I wanted to prove to myself that it's not that. That is not it. That's a lot of them, y'all, a bunch of dudes with nails done. Right? If a guy saying like, yo, you just like a dude, but you pretty. If that's not a compliment anymore, ladies. It's not. It's not. All right, so I want you to watch this video. I want you to watch this video with me. It pulls it all together. It pulls it all together. And I want to know what you think. All right. I'm going to let y'all listen Instagram real quick. And I got to do something real quick. So don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. What do y'all think about femininity and feminism? I want us to be equal. I want us to have equal rights. But I don't want to sit around and be like, I'm better than a man. And like, I don't want the negative part of it. I don't want that. I want the parts where we celebrate one another and we love one another. How you gonna have some type of marriage and you sitting here like I'm better than you and you're dusty? Like, come on now. Why would you serve somebody? Of course you're not gonna serve him because you think he's dusty. You gotta clean those cobwebs in your mind. You have to learn how to appreciate. The minute I start appreciating men, like everything changed for me. You know what I mean? Like I was like, they're not all bad. Just start there. Go to your go to your I hate men detox. Please. I know they hurt. They hurt us sometimes. Y'all brutal. Y'all don't got to date us, guys. Y'all don't. We have horrible stories. Y'all ain't never gonna be like, oh, a woman, well, I'm not gonna say never, but she bruised me and raped me and all like you're never gonna have that story. So that's why a lot of us are like, oh, seriously, what is she talking about? I'm not with them. That's they on the other side. But you want one, honey. So stab it. So what do y'all think about feminism? Y'all, are you guys feminists? I'm not mad either way. But I'm just saying, make sure you're not getting the toxic part. Make sure. All right, listen up, y'all. Hold on.
But I wasn't
I wish I should have had a stand for this. Sorry, Instagram.
What if femininity has nothing to do with being a woman? I ask because I've been a woman my whole life and I only recently discovered femininity. And I want to talk tonight about what femininity has come to mean to me, why I think it eluded me for so long, and why I think it's not just important, but actually one of the things that can create a more sustainable and equal society. For me, femininity is experience orientation, and it's different from masculinity, which is results orientation. All these words that we associate with femininity, like sensitivity and compassion and beauty and creativity, they only matter if we are invested in the experience of a situation. All the words that we associate with masculinity, like focus and competition and aggression and logic, they only matter if our priority is on the results of a situation. In other words, if I drink my coffee for the flavor and the taste and the ritual of it, that's for the experience of the coffee. That's a feminine way of drinking coffee. If I drink my coffee for the caffeine, as I did many times today, that's for the results of the coffee. That's a masculine way of drinking coffee. If I wear a dress because I like the swish of the fabric on my skin, and that's experiential, that's feminine. If I wear the very same dress for the effect that it produces on someone else, that's for the result, and I think that's masculine. I don't think that either of these things have to do with gender. Though traditionally women are expected to behave in a feminine manner and men in a masculine manner, I will allow that maybe there is a biological predisposition to one over the other, but I think that they are more like languages than they are presets, and that we can all learn to drink or dress in either manner, and might even come to prefer the one with which we are not traditionally associated. I think that women's lib picked up on this, and it liberated women to be more masculine. It liberated us all to be more result-oriented. I grew up in the wake of women's lib, and it was great. All of my masculine muscles were very much encouraged, so I was allowed to be ambitious and competitive, and it yielded great results.
She said she was allowed to be ambitious and competitive, and it yielded great results. Okay, so the the feminism movement or the feminist movement has allowed us to tap into our masculine side. We got things done. We can get things done now, right? We can. Here's the problem. Now that we got so many things done, we go a little overboard. We're going a little bit overboard. I had this conversation and I didn't want to talk about it because I don't want to go in on women, okay? But it wouldn't be fair if I didn't bring it up. I love my black women, but when we want to do something, we exaggerate a little bit or a lot. So we will be the ones wearing our hair down. It can't be to your back. No. It gotta be past your butt to your knees, close to the floor. We damn near Rapunzel. Is this not facts? Is it just me? We gotta be Rapunzel on it. Like, oh no, y'all think it was one thing, but we're gonna do this at another level. My daughter used to laugh and I used to say, it's another level. They got it from me too, right? That's why they complain about the lashes. No, we can't just wear one. We have to wear 3 sets of lashes, right? We can't just shade our eyebrows a little bit and make it look natural. We got the like crazy. But everybody's not like that, but you will see some extreme circumstances. So when we make money as women, not only that, we got to take the trips, we got to show our cars, we got to be like, I'm doing way better than you, so what's up? So now we have results, and now we're like looking at our partner like, why you don't have what I have or better? Oh, you supposed to be a man, you supposed to automatically have it together. That's not on the agenda. They never said they wanted the men to be successful, not the black men. They wanted the black women to be successful or on welfare, one or the other. I don't know. So you just have to keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to pull his hair so I won't die. All right. So let's move on.
I grew up in a small town, but that competition led me to Stanford for university. It got
Stanford.
me a really good job in New York, working across Europe. It led me back to Stanford for one of the top MBA programs in the world. By the time I was 26, everything in my life had a result in mind. I made career decisions based on prestige and power and money. I made dating decisions based on a suitable husband. I made eating decisions based on a slimmer waistline. Literally everything was about having a goal. And if I wasn't happy, I just found new goals.
Pause. All right. I remember this moment. I remember this moment so bad. It's not even funny. Like every single bit. The other day, I get into the mode still. Like I can be like, what day is it? I'm over here working, working, working. But there was a point where I was just working nonstop, and I was like, listen, man, if y'all not gonna act right, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this. Mind you, I'm picking them. It's me. I'm picking them. They might be hitting on me first, or maybe not first, but they might be hitting on me first. But I am choosing. I could just choose not to engage, right? You know you have chosen not to engage, but just because he looked good, you be like, okay, fine. That's not it. So I got to a point where I just kept working and working and working. I'll just take care of my kids. I'm going in that mode. But what happens is, as women, even if you get yourself into, this is what I'm trying to say. If let's say you find yourself with 2 kids, you got to take care of yourself. Your job don't pay that much money. You got to hustle. What we do, black people, get 2 jobs, right? That's what we do. Somebody gonna tell me that there's no way in the world somebody can work 80 hours per week. This is not right. I'm like, just because you and your cushy job, you don't understand the nuances of being black. People do it all the time. All the time. Especially if you have a certain kind of job where you're not even required to do much physical labor. We was hitting 80 hours as much as we can. Double. We try to hit a double time, right? I was overtime queen, right? So I knew it, I understood it, and that's why I was able to defend him. And he almost didn't get a house because that person did not understand the racial implications when you just think that person's lying because they just living and being black and you don't understand it. So therefore you dismiss it and you say, oh no, we never discriminate. Well, if you're ignorant to what discrimination looks like because you don't understand that culture or that lifestyle, right? We didn't have somebody give us land or inheritance and all of that stuff. Inheritance? What? We got to get everything. We got to start from zero. We have a legacy of giving our kids nothing, unfortunately, because we didn't have, we just worked to survive, right? So these are all the things that's happening. And now women are just like, we're doing it. We're doing better than ever. We're results oriented. So I expect you to have a certain amount of results. Can you imagine? You go to a prestigious college, you go to your HBCU. Who do you think you want to match you? That's why it's so hard to get married because now it's like, I got to get my match. I got to find somebody to match me. And that guy may not have the same opportunities or see things the same way as you. Because it's always, you see how women be like, I can default and be feminine and get married and not have to work a job. And I could just get married to somebody that has a lot of money. Now I have that option. Men have the option of not having to go to school because they can always go to construction, trade school. They don't have to go to college. They can go where the money resides without college. Women, on the other hand, we need college, baby. Maybe they figured that out. Like, it's a revelation right now. Maybe they figured out that we need college because we're not trying to dig no ditches. We're not trying to mine any coal. We're not trying to do nothing physical. We're trying to be in the office job and boss everybody around and sit down somewhere and look cute. Okay? So men don't have to do that. They have that option of, I'm still going to make money, but I don't have to go to school. So they exercising that right. So now you over here, you got money and you're like, what? You're a plumber? Ew, you ain't doo-doo all day. Ooh, what? You're a trash man? Ew. But women of yesteryear, because they didn't have the opportunities, they didn't judge so harshly. So there's a man that could be your husband, but you overlook him. You overlook him because you walking by and like, I would never. And you're woman privilege. We got woman privilege. They get mad though. They're like, why can't I stay at home? No, you're not a woman. Sorry, can't do it. All right, let's go back to it. Let's go back to it.
And if I couldn't think of a goal, there were plenty of women in self-help magazines to give me ideas.
Exactly. They're always trying to tell us what we
The
need to do.
problem is that results are a drug, and eventually you need more and more in order to maintain the fix. And at some point, they stop working altogether. I hit that point, and it was really ugly.
So despite the prestige, despite all of that, women, despite getting the degrees and I'm a PhD and all of that stuff, we're still not happy because why? It's like we gave one thing up for another thing. We gave up the feminine part of us just to achieve those things. And now we're like, well, how do I get a husband? Well, go be feminine. Oh no, that's not for me. Oh no, wear a skirt. What? That's the meaning. Like I tried to go buy a dress in one of the stores and there were no dresses. I was like, what you mean there's no dresses? Dresses? People don't wear dresses anymore. Like it's old fashioned to wear a skirt. Are you kidding me? But that's what it's like. Or if you wear a dress, it gets to be super sexy. It gets to be. Every time, honey. That's all they sell. That's all they sell. Or if it's a regular dress, it's got to be super short. Or if you're wearing a long sleeve dress, I can do this for days. I can do this for hours and hours and hours. All right. If you're wearing a long sleeve dress, if you're watching a celebrity, the slit got to be all the way to your goddamn navel. Okay? Before she wears a long dress. Are you kidding me? You got to show your legs. This is the society that we live in now. You got to show everything. It's not that we don't want to. It's just this is what it is.
For the first time in my life, I couldn't figure out why I was doing what I was doing, and I was ambivalent to the result. I was forced to confront my emotions that I had frankly been suppressing, and in it I found that I was anxious, that I was a fraud. I found that I was afraid that I was going to mess up everything. I found that I was angry that this path wasn't really fulfilling.
Period. Stop. Pause. Not that we don't want to work. It's not that we don't want to work. It's just not as fulfilling as for a man. It's not that you don't want to do your purpose. Not okay, you work, but you had to give up having kids to work. Okay, you work and you have kids to take care of. Now you're tired because you're doing double duty. So we're not gonna stop working. Don't get it twisted. Now that we addicted to the money, give me my check, right? Now that we know better, but it doesn't mean that our body and our hormones are going to say the same thing. We talked about this in one of the shows where we talk about our hormones, where men can work all day and their testosterone is built up and they're happy. Like they might be tired, but their hormones is like, look, I accomplished something, I got something done. Women, on the other hand, the more we're working all day, the more we get frazzled, the more we get upset. Like our testosterone is up, but when our testosterone is up, our estrogen is down and we get anxious and upset. Right? Our hormones start going crazy on us because we need to balance it out with feminine energy. We need to do certain things. We need to rest. We need to have our minds still. Our minds are very busy. There's certain things that you have to just be like, you know what? I'm just going to take a woman break. I'm going to take a woman break. I'll be back. I need that. And men are going for hours and hours and hours. I told you I stopped competing with those guys, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Just do your thing, bro. Why am I competing with you on 300 pounds and I don't want to lift weights? Stop competing on things you don't even want to do. Just to say, I'm a woman. I can do it. I can win. I can be just like a man. No, I'm out of that place.
But most of all, I found that I was guilty because I knew how hard so many women had fought to give me the opportunities that I had.
Right.
And what right did I have to feel dissatisfied? Instincts are a funny thing, and for once I listened to mine, and they told me to go do something that didn't have a goal tethered to it. I signed up for a creative writing class. I was really bad at it. I was 10 years older than everyone in it, but I loved it. And I didn't just love it for the writing, I loved it because I loved experiencing something for the experience. I loved the feeling of being so consumed by something that didn't need to go anywhere in order to have joy in it.
Period.
Um,
And I just talked about
I
that.
took this creative writing class, and in that, I think that I was finding my femininity, right?
Ooh,
It felt
she
like
said
I
she's
had been
finding her
running.
femininity. All right. So she said when you are in your feminine energy, basically, you don't have to have a goal attached to it. Like good things are gonna happen to you. I cannot tell you how many times I got direct deposit this week. I'm like, there's more? For real? When you're deep into what God created you to be and do, then it comes another way. God will bless you another way because you're in your purpose. You're doing what you need to do. She said she was in it for the experience. I realized a long time ago. I was like, look, when it comes to birthdays, I am not the best gift giver. But every single time I remember I'm going to give them an experience. Every time. And that's what they know me for. They know that I'm not about to buy them no sneakers or nothing like that. They know that mommy's gonna take me out. Mommy goes in mommy mode. Mommy's gonna take me out, or mommy's gonna throw me a party, or mommy's gonna do something on my birthday. If not the next day, that because of whatever day I have them. Listen, they know. Okay, it's my birthday now. This is what experience am I gonna give them? Because this is what we're known for. What are we doing, mom? How are we gonna be? So now I want them to have the feeling of it's your birthday. Not I gave you a pair of slippers or I gave you a baby doll. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. There you go. And it's over. No, 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 my friend. So when we're talking about the experience, we have to give people an experience. You're operating in your feminine energy.
For 20 years, and I had these muscles that were tight and strong, and I was finally starting to stretch. It was uncomfortable and I was inflexible, but over time I settled into it and it was juicy and it was rich and it released so much that I had been holding in and helped me to feel like a more full version of myself. I give you this story because I think that it is parallel to what is happening in society right now. You see, when women's live liberated masculinity in women, I don't think it remembered to liberate femininity in men. What happened is that all of society got tilted into a masculine direction.
Before she go into that, I had to be reminded the other day that men have feminine energy as well. And there's nothing like a strong man that they know when to be strong, they know when to keep you like, all right, keep on task, right? Keep you focused. But then they also can be gentle and kind. That guy, hold on to him, ladies.
We developed this notion that results orientation was better than experience orientation because why else would women have fought so hard to have it? What became was a society that is focused so much on results that we've detached from experience.
Right.
Femininity is treated as a second-class citizen, and feminine people are treated as indulgent and lazy and irresponsible. Because we cannot measure its value, we treat it as though it is valueless.
But isn't that how that we feel about being at home with the children? It's like you can't measure its value unless you know better. When you know better, it's like, wait, my kids don't have this stupid little thing in their mind. Like my son was trying to say, and I was like, you don't say you say no. Okay, you're a boy. Sorry. I knew that when we were growing up, don't tell boys that they can't do this and they can't do that. But when I see feminine men all up in like they're mostly feminine, oh no. Oh no. There's some things that my son's gonna know not to do. Okay. Oh no. Because this is starting now. he doesn't see him. He has three sisters, so he doesn't see himself as different than them. But he has to grow up knowing that he has a different role than they do. And I'm not mad. I'm not ashamed to say it. I ain't mad to say it. It is what it is.
Which I might be willing to believe were society working a little bit better than it is right now. I think in our obsession with results, we've detached so much from experience that we've started to lose our morals and our meaning, and in its place we have filled it with anxiety and anger and fear. And instead of trying to be correct by embracing femininity, we're trying to correct by being more efficient and more results oriented, by asking for more and more measurement of everybody in society.
Oof. Do you guys see that? Like, when you are, she said, we're trying to correct by being more efficient and more results oriented. What are your results? That's what our country and our society is. What are your results? By asking more and more, asking for more and more measurement by everybody in society, not the experience. So when so this is good. So when they say men don't care about your money because it's a measurement. Oh, I make 160,000 a year. Okay? I drive a BMW. I live in a condo in Center City or wherever you are from, right? I'm in Philadelphia. By the way, we sell homes in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Look us up, and we help you fix your credit. Or boost your credit, I should say. So the women are like, here's my measurements. Look what I did. I work hard. I went to the best school. I got the best education. I had the best job. And guys are like, nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not what I'm looking for. What are the guys looking for? An experience with a feminine woman. We don't know about experience. What is experience? What are you talking about? How does it feel to be around you? When I'm around you, are you arguing with me all the time? Or are we having a great conversation and you know when to back down and you know when to let me speak and you listen to me when I talk and you pour out your heart to me? You know your role. I don't got to come teach you how to be a woman, because that masculine energy that you want, that guy that works hard, that makes money and all of that stuff, he's only going to be responding to feminine energy. Something's going to be off if he's not getting that back. That's why they go for that certain type of, hey, how you doing? They don't want the girl to compete with them. But all we know is competition. All we know is competition. All we know is how to compete. And we compete to the point of who's going to be the best man in this relationship. And men are like, nah. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Can you imagine you competing with your kid? That's the next. That's a close. I use kids because that's the closest thing to women that we understand. How am I gonna compete with my kids? I got to the point where I was like, I would never need you. I won't say like that. I was like, what? I will build up myself so I would never need you. Are you kidding me? I give because I want to give to you. It's not that I need you to survive. Are you kidding me? And men are saying, like, I don't need you to come take care of me, woman. You are not taking care of me when you love on me. You are not taking care of me as if I can't do it myself. You're just giving something I want that's different. Because society didn't say it was okay, doesn't mean that's not what he wants. You can't go by what society wants. Society wants a bunch of black people in jail and on welfare. You can't go by what society wants, boo. They don't want to see greatness. They don't want to see black excellence. Come on, stop. They would put it on the news if they did. So if you don't believe in my statement, tell them to put it on the news, and then I believe you. Because what I see on the news, that's not it. That's not our representation. So y'all will represent them very well. So when the people are not being represented well and they speak up for themselves, don't say nothing, y'all. Don't say nothing. Just let it be. Just let it rock. All right. Back to this lady. So far, I'm liking what she had to say. It's so true.
And I think that that's a mistake. I'm not saying we
with her skirt. You better go with your skirt and pump Ow.
and we find a way to marry the two and dissociate both with gender. For myself, I finally let my masculinity in on this writing thing because I'm ambitious and I can't help it. And I realized that I really wanted to be a writer. All data suggested that this was a terrible idea, and I was reminded of it constantly when I quit my job in finance to pursue it full time. But I wasn't focused on the results. I was
Nope.
focused on the experience.
Yes.
And in the experience, I could see this path
Yes.
that was really cool and that I just had to pursue.
Right.
I raised money and built a serial fiction platform and wrote a 12-part book that became The Underwriting, which is my debut novel. It's now in 20 languages and I'm making it a TV show.
20 languages, making it a TV show. You want to know how to tap into your feminine energy, your feminine power to get results? Focus on the experience that you give others, that you give yourself. Focus on the experience that you give your relationships, and you will have phenomenal work in your masculine and your feminine at work. Work on those things. See, sometimes I think that women get it twisted, like as far as, um, oh, I'm supposed to be feminine, but they think that feminine does not require work. That's the craziest thing I ever had to think about. Is that you want to? They want me to be feminine, but I don't want to work. I don't want to clean. I don't want to. I hate saying clean and cooking all the time, but it's just the one thing that's like, no, I'm not doing. It, I'm not doing it. So we bring that as an example, right? They're doing their kids' hair, like whatever it is that women have to do that they don't really want to do. But guys will do whatever they have to do. They will cut grass. They will fix roofs and they ain't a roofer. They will fix pipes and they're not a plumber. They will do all these things that they needed to do because they feel like, well, this is my. Nobody ever has to tell the guy, hey, I think you need to fix the kitchen faucet. They go and they do it. They didn't say, wife, it's time for you to go fix the kitchen faucet. So there's other things that's easier that are more, trust me, there's a lot of work to cook. It's a lot of work to do certain things, right? But if that's what your man likes, some men like Postmates, so you don't got to worry about that. But if that's what your man like, that's who you chose. You got to deal with it.
And I did not do it perfectly, and it was not easy. But I think that I discovered in the experience a new way of being that was stronger and more powerful than anything I had ever done before. It yielded great results, but it was really a great experience too. So I think where we are left as women is with two causes. The first is for women. And that is about making sure that we are not discriminated against because of our body and our sex and our voices.
Yeah, that's
it's
not
about
okay.
fighting for equal pay. It is a fight. It is an all-out fight, and we need our masculine muscles for it. Yep. But the second cause is for femininity, and I think that one's a little bit different. You're going to have to forgive the analogy. I've tried to think of something that's less crass, but I'm going to go for it. Trying to explain femininity to really masculine people is like trying to explain lovemaking to people who have only masturbated. You're like, well, it takes a lot longer and it's more complicated and you have to be open to other people, but trust me, it's really cool.
But it's so obvious, right?
And I think that's what we need to do. We need to welcome and invite ourselves to accept our experiential nature within our own personalities, within other women, and even within men. And in so doing, I think that we will achieve not just equality between men and women, but equality between masculine people and feminine people. And when we have that marriage happen, we will find that the world is not just more equal, society is more sustainable, our results are better, but our experiences are too. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
If we go on and stay the same, we're just going to have broken results. And we're just going to pass on broken results. So we don't. We want to make changes. We want to do what needs to be done. We want to take matters into our own hands. We want to grow. We want to be better. We want to tap into our feminine energy. We didn't know. We didn't have examples. I understand. It's okay not to have an example, but have that woman in your mind that you want to be. Have that woman in your mind. Because I see it a lot. It's like the weather break, and then all of a sudden, nobody got clothes on. Oh, now everybody want to be feminine. But y'all still acting the same with your booty out in the shorts. Still acting like, ain't nobody, like really rough. And then be like, well, why they, well, why? Well, why? My thing is act the way you want to act, but don't ask them why they don't want you. Don't ask them why you're not taking me the way I am. They had to do all of this stuff. They had to go work on their career. They had to go get the best car. They had to go get the best clothes. They had to buy those things. They didn't just fall off of a tree. So you like them. So what are you gonna do to make sure you're in the best position that you can be as a woman to get the best person that you can get? That's all I had to say today. Thank you so much for watching the Ruth the Relationship Show. I bless your dating life, your married life, your children, if you want them, if you got them. And thank you for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye.